But yeah, it's been on like Food Network and stuff before. So good. All right, everybody, welcome to Hot Couch Potato, the podcast where we talk about video games and weeb out. My name is Brent, aka Boo Wop. I'm here with my man Rick, aka A New Perfect Day. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going? Unfortunately, the clouds came in for like 3 days and I got my hopes up so high thinking it was gonna rain. Even the forecast said it was gonna rain. And I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be perfect gaming weather. But then it turns out like the next day, it turns out it was like fucking sunny. I was like, oh god. So it's just a new perfect day today.
Dude, it's actually really cold today, man. I'm wearing socks inside my house right now.
What? How is San Diego? What is the weather like?
I don't know. It's got to be maybe 50 degrees or something like that. But it's cold as shit right now. I'm really wearing socks inside my house. Socks and sweatpants. It's horrible, man. I need to be chilling in shorts or something, but it's way too cold for that shit, dude. So it's been a while since we've recorded one of these. I know we came out with one last week, but I was out of town for Halloween. So it feels like a while. It feels like a long while since we've talked about video games and stuff. I hope everyone out there got their Comic-Con tickets. How did we do? How did we do, man?
We didn't get our... Actually, we did get our Comic-Con tickets. Not to rub it into everybody's faces, but yeah, we were actually lucky enough to get it this year because, I don't know, it's like it usually gets closer and closer to the end of the time of where we're unable to get our tickets, you know, feeling that hopelessness. Mm-hmm. And fortunately, we're able to get it this year, but, you know, who knows, next year... We're gonna be stressing out again.
Oh no! Don't say knock on wood. Knock on wood. So how long was it? How long did you have to wait until you were actually able to get in and get the tickets? And whose login got in?
35 minutes, and it was this year. It was your login, and then John Raymond's was second, like right after.
But nice.
They implemented a system, or I've noticed a new change is when. You know, when a user gets in and you register that other user, so like you got in and I was registering mine and John Raymond's. John Raymond tried to buy tickets, but it said somebody else is registering you right now. Okay. Before, you know, like you were able to kind of still use that login to buy somebody else's tickets, but I don't know if it changed. Yeah, this year once you use it, you're unable to use that second login, even if he gets in. And mine didn't get in at all. So
damn, you sat there and waited the whole time, dude?
I just left it. I was like, I realized I was like, oh, I still have this open. It was like 10 o'clock. I was like, damn, mine didn't get in at all.
Shit, dude, that's crazy.
I'm the weakest link.
That just means next year you'll get in, man. See, I have no access to a computer Saturday morning. No way that I could try and get these tickets. So I was nervous. I gave Rick my logins, everything, dude, to try and get us the tickets. And fortunately, it all worked out in the end, man. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Even though we're still maybe 10 months away from fucking Comic-Con. Countdown to Comic-Con, starting now. You know, we should start counting down to PlayStation Experience, man.
Yeah, it's just around the corner. I think maybe a month and a week.
Yeah, maybe a month exactly, dude. Today's what, November 4th? Third, yeah. So a month exactly. Holy shit, dude.
Shit.
PlayStation Experience is here, bro. Countdown starting next week. I can't wait, bro.
Wait. It's happening on the 3rd of December?
Oh, you know what? No, it's not. It's on the 8th and 9th, I think.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Well, I gotta confirm before I start requesting off, and then
yeah. We'll confirm that.
Holy crap.
I will say this though. I am a little bit worried for PlayStation Experience, man.
Oh, definitely.
The first one we went to was just super hyped. It was the greatest time ever, man. There was a lot of great announcements at the press conference. This year, it's not looking so great, man, because Sony's been showing a lot of stuff between E3, Tokyo Game Show, and thus just recently Paris Games Week. They've been showing a lot of games, which leaves not too much to be shown at PSX, man. So I'm a little bit worried that we're not going to have too much hype, dude. What do you
I
think?
know exactly. It's just like, because, last year we're like, we didn't have that much expectations, thinking
Hmm.
this was just going to be another PlayStation event. But once we got there, we ended up seeing all of the releases of new trailers before it was released to the public.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that's what made it so hyped and the experience more enjoyable. But, since they released everything, hopefully they have extra stuff to add on. Otherwise, it's just going to be like another rerun of trailers, or
I
maybe
know,
them
dude. I
talking
know.
about future games, but that's it. It's like no trailers of anything. It's just them talking about it. I'm like, oh god, please, because I already hyped it up for everybody that's going to be tagging along with us on PlayStation Experience,
Hmm.
saying like, oh man, you guys are going to get your minds blown, kind of thing. And we got to rush to the conference room and all that. But it's like, what's the point if we rush there and they're just talking about things that are already released.
They show us like the sixth fucking trailer for Monster Hunter Worlds or the 18th trailer for Spider-Man and shit.
Oh, please add something.
So I mean, I trust Sony with all my heart. But this might be their last chance, man, to impress me, dude. Because this whole year, it's kind of been a slump. It's kind of been a slump. Tokyo Game Show, they had a great press conference. They announced some new games. Um, I know a big one for you and me was Ghost of Tsushima, a new
Yes.
samurai game that's going to come out from Sucker Punch, the guys that made Infamous and Sly Cooper. So they got it in them to make a great video game. I just can't wait for a new samurai game to come out, man. It's gonna be amazing, dude.
Yeah, I just really hope that they elaborate on that whole open world
Hmm.
aspect. And like, if we can have multiple people online as samurais roaming the lands, just traveling to different destinations,
Hmm.
as a Ronin warrior or whatnot. And I just hope they have like a great experience, with the feudal Japan kind of stuff. So
Hmm. Yeah, man. I think this is up there with what's that game called? With Red Dead Redemption 2 for me, man. I'm as hyped for this as I am for Red Dead Redemption 2. And the fact that it's gonna be, an open world, it's gonna be these two ancient cultures just fighting each other, the Mongols versus the samurai. Oh god, dude. It's
Yeah.
gonna be fucking amazing, bro.
Yep. It's gonna be super great. I just hopefully, we're not too hyped up and then we expect so much and then it's like when we play the game we're like, fuck.
See, that might be the game that saves PSX if they have a great, gameplay trailer because they showed shit out of gameplay. They showed maybe 2 seconds of gameplay during that whole trailer. But if they have a gameplay trailer for that, that might save PSX for me. That'll hype me up for sure. And
Yeah, like I was thinking about like how E3 was. You remember how we were kind of too hyped for the releases? We were expecting a lot, but I
mhm,
think it was because they were saving all of that stuff for Paris, the Tokyo Game Show, and
mhm,
maybe we'll have something for the PlayStation Experience in Anaheim.
mhm, mhm. That's what I'm hoping too. Yeah, they held just a little bit back because I mean, other than Ghost of Tsushima, maybe they can show Red Dead 2. Maybe I think they have an exclusive thing with them. They could probably show Final Fantasy 7, Shenmue 3 maybe. It's been
Fuck.
2 years, man. 2 years since we've heard anything about that game.
Dude, we got 48 more years to go.
Ain't that the fucking truth though? But how crazy was that trailer? I mean, feel like I'm gushing here too much about this game, but it's just this Genghis Khan type character that has this monologue like he's Bane from Dark Knight Returns, dude, talking about how
Yeah.
he grew up in the darkness. You just fucking, you know what I mean? You just barely joined the darkness and shit. Oh man, such a great
Yeah, that
trailer, dude.
reminds me of that show. Have you watched that show, Marco Polo?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Where, yeah, he's
Yeah,
hanging out with Genghis Khan too, right?
yeah. That's a really good show. I definitely recommend that one too.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of the feel I get. If you watch that show and then you watch the trailer, it kind of has that same feel of he's like really of a badass kind of leader, and I don't know what kind of story it's going to be played with the Ghost of Tsushima and all that, but I just want to be a fucking ninja or a fucking samurai.
I know, man.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Rurouni Kenshin. Well, that's an actual like historical event. You know what I mean? The Mongols did try to invade Japan, but I guess I don't want to spoil it. What's going to happen in the story? What I want to speculate is going to happen in the story. I just can't wait for the game to come out, man. It's going to be great. That wasn't the only new game announced. Just some highlights. Guacamelee 2 is coming out. Guacamelee, the first one, is a great game. Have you played that one?
No, but I saw the trailer for the second one. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's like, what can I compare? It's like Castlevania, you know, where you explore around a map and stuff, and then they have alternate universes that you can switch between to change your perspective on the world and things like that. It's an entertaining game. I think it's multiplayer, but I don't know if it's online multiplayer. It might just be local.
They need to bring all games to have like online multiplayer kind of stuff, so you can be able to play with your friends. Because I think that's the best.
I was excited. Remember after PlayStation Experience last year, they gave us Mother Russia Bleeds for free, which is a Streets of Rage-ish type game, you know.
Yeah.
And I was excited. I remember we got on the PlayStation and we're like invited each other to a party. And it's, all right, man, let's go play this game. It's only local multiplayer. What the fuck? Are you serious?
I remember that disappointment.
Yeah, man. And then after doing an internet search, you come to find this game's actually been out on PC. And for years, people have been asking for it to be online multiplayer. And Devolver Digital just hasn't done shit about it. So I'm not holding my breath for that one to be online multiplayer. Speaking of Devolver Digital, a game called Hong Kong Massacre got revealed as well. And it's kind of like Hotline Miami, top-down, dual-stick shoot-'em-up, man. What'd you think of that one? That one looked pretty cool, yeah?
Yeah, especially like the slow-mo kind of shooting or the fight scenes, close combat. But I don't know, like it kind of looked tricky looking around the corners or looking ahead. So I just want to see how far of your field of vision is. Because in Hotshot Miami, you kind of can see like all of the entire map.
Yeah.
So, but this one, it's like you kind of like only see a couple of rooms ahead, and you gotta plan yourself. Or maybe the room is like dark, and you only can see it is by going into that room and then jumping and killing stuff. But you know, hopefully that will take off because that game looked incredible.
Yeah. I'm hoping the jumping and diving mechanics are pretty good in that game too.
Yeah.
Very reminiscent of Max Payne as well, you know, with the slow-mo bullet time too while you're jumping forward with two guns. So
jump forward and do a 360 and then shoot the guy. That's exactly what I do.
All in slow-mo, dude.
Yep.
And lastly, I want to mention Bout of Blood came out, which is similar to that Assassin's Creed Black Flag minigame where you're fighting each other on pirate ships and stuff, you know, except this takes place in space. You know, there's spaceships flying around and shooting each other with cannons and stuff like that. I think it'll be a good time. That looks like a great multiplayer game to play, as long as it's online and not fucking local multiplayer. Who does that? So hopefully that's good. Games that they gave us some updates on that I'm definitely hyped for. Detroit Become Human. I was a huge fan of Heavy Rain, and this game looks super similar. So I'm hoping that comes out pretty good. You thinking about picking that one up?
Oh, is this the one with the android where you have like billions of decisions?
Yeah. You have to investigate, and what you investigate has an effect on your decisions or your dialogue and stuff like that. I love games like that. I just know I'm going to take forever playing it because I want to get everything, you know?
Like choose every route, see what happens if you choose the wrong route and, and all that. Yeah.
Just matters if the replay options are good, you know, if they let you start certain scenarios a certain way so you don't have to play the whole game over again, you know? I think Heavy Rain was pretty good at that. There's this one trophy you have to get where you just have to get the worst ending in the game, you know, and just fail at everything, and you have to start it from maybe halfway through the game and play it all the way through, fucking up the game.
Dang.
And they
just
give
like
you,
not doing anything. Just put the controller down and watch the scenes take
yeah,
over.
yeah. Well, they give you a pretty generous checkpoint to do this all from. So hopefully, Detroit Become Human has something similar, in their gameplay. They showed more Monster Hunter Worlds, which I think is a mistake. They need to stop showing us this game, dude. Well, you know what? I guess they announced that there's gonna be a beta, right? December 9th, there's gonna be an open beta for Monster Hunter Worlds. So maybe they did have to show something. Dang, that's right in the middle of PlayStation Experience.
That's what I'm saying. They timed it perfectly. They already knew that people are going to be looking for this game, so they're going to probably bring it to PlayStation Experience.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to play that for sure.
Yeah.
So they showed more of that. They showed more Spider-Man as well. I know last year not last year, but at PSX they had a whole stage demo of Spider-Man. That game looks great too. I can't wait to play that. And it looks like you get to play just as regular Peter Parker, dude. You can walk around school, and then I'm hoping that's what the game is. You can walk down the street and shit like that, but your spider sense tingles and you have to find somewhere to change. Yeah, dude, that would be amazing, bro. That would be amazing. Not only is it just, you're hiding in a corner or something and waiting for shit to pass, but it's not linear. You actually have to go out of your way to find a place to change so nobody sees you,
Like, what if like one of the NPCs sees you? You got to chase him down and like
knock him out, dude.
Knock him out,
or you fail. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that game looks good. Can't wait for that. God of War. They also had a trailer for that. Can't wait for that to come out. There's no release date on that yet. I think it's gonna be 2018, maybe February or March, but no solid release date on that. Shadow
Did
Colossus.
you ever play God of War, by the way?
I played. I want to say it's 2. It's the one where you fight that big ass statue in the beginning.
I have not played any of it.
Oh, yeah. My cousin-in-law, he was really into them, and he played those games on. I think the difficulty is Titan mode, but it's just the hardest difficulty in the game, and that game is already ridiculous. Talk about wanting to break your controller, man. That shit was super hard. But no, I think it was number 2 where you fight this big ass statue in the beginning, and then who's the guy that rides the chariot and has the sunrise? Oh, what the fuck is his name? Apollo or something?
I think it's Apollo, god of, was it fire or sun?
Something like that. But anyways, you fight him, and then after you beat him, you rip off his head, and his head becomes an item to like light the way.
Oh yeah, I remember.
That's the one I played. That is the one I played for sure. But yeah, I'm excited for the new one to come out. It looks like completely revamped God of War. It's gonna be interesting how they incorporate, his son into it. It's like Last of Us God of War for sure. So definitely interested to check out more of that. Hopefully they have a demo that we could play at PlayStation Experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's Helios, by the way.
Helios. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
They also showed Shadow Colossus Remaster, which is gonna be amazing, dude.
It looks amazing.
Have you ever played that one on PS2?
Dude. It looked really good though. I was like, damn, dude.
That game is so simple, man. There's just a little stamina bar and that's it. You're just this little kid fighting these big ass monsters, dude, and it's so great. You have to just find the weakness for every monster, find out the tricks in beating them. In the trailer they showed at Paris Games Week, it was one of the later bosses that's just flying and you have to shoot him to have him lower so you can jump on him and stab him. That game's great. There's this turtle you have to fight in water and you have to jump on his back and steer him in the right direction so you can hit him in the belly. This game is so good, dude. I can't wait for it to get remastered. The only thing I'm pissed about in this game is I always wanted to just fight a regular person, because this guy's so badass killing these giant monsters. Yeah, I just want to find a regular dude and whoop his ass just once in the game. So I can't wait for that one to come out either. Again, they revealed that was coming out during E3, so it's good to see more of that. I don't think there's a release date on that either, though. Lastly, they showed Last of Us 2 again. which is kind of interesting, dude. I thought they were gonna save that for sure for PSX.
PSX.
Yeah, since that's where they unveiled it last year, you know, that was the highlight of that whole press conference was The Last of Us 2 getting revealed. You know, that was great. Kind of an interesting trailer. Did you watch that one?
Yeah. So the little girl was Ellie, right? Or what was her name?
No,
Her name.
there was just some random Asian kids and some buff chick, dude. I don't think any of
Yeah,
them.
that's why I thought. I thought it was that little girl growing up, and they like changed her. But I forgot what was her name though. The little girl again.
Oh yeah, Ellie.
Ellie.
From Last of Us. Yeah. But yeah, dude, there's completely new characters. You don't even know if it's Last of Us until the very end when the clickers come through. So it's it's interesting, and it was a pretty raw trailer too, man. They broke that little girl's arm with a hammer. You saw that shit?
Yeah, I was like, that's fucking crazy. That girl should have choked and like had her neck broke, but she was like dangling for like, I don't know, like 30 seconds and still living. I was like, how is this possible? I don't know neck mechanics.
I know, right?
Yeah, I was like, golly, that was very intensive. I guess there's going to be a lot of situations where you're going to start encountering those scenarios where maybe you have to make the decision to save someone or just like run.
Yeah, man, that game looks really raw. I was reading somewhere that a lot of people were offended by the trailer, saying that it was too graphic. But yeah, dude, I'm with it, man. Last of Us 1 was great, and it had moments like that in it, you know, where people were getting stabbed up and everything. So I'm not mad, dude. I'm not mad at Last of Us 2. I cannot wait for that to come out. Hopefully it comes out before Final Fantasy 7 Remake, dude.
Oh, that's the only 47 years from now.
That's the only thing, bro. That's the only thing. If they show anything from Final Fantasy 7 Remake at PSX, I will be happy. I'll be happy. That could be it. They could just have us wait in line for 3 hours, show us a 2-minute trailer for Final Fantasy 7 Remake. We're like, all right, cool. Thanks, guys. I'm going to go home now. PSX is done for me. But yeah, man, good times. It's got me a little bit nervous about PSX, but I'm trusting them still, man. I think they'll still blow our socks off.
Yeah.
Also this week, October 27th passed, which was like Judgment Day for video games. Assassin's Creed Origins, Wolfenstein 2, and Mario Odyssey came out. How crazy is that, dude? And I think it's safe to say Mario Odyssey outsold everything else.
Yeah, man. I really was going to pick up a Switch, but I think I'm just going to have to wait till after holidays, man. It looks so
me too,
good.
Man. I think they said something like a third or 40% of people that own a Switch bought Mario Odyssey, man.
Fuck.
Crazy, dude. Crazy.
That's the only reason probably why I would buy a Switch and Zelda.
Yeah, man. So
$300 game.
Yeah,
or $300 for 2 games.
$350 games right there, man. Yep. And then you have to buy the Pro controller, so it's like a $400 game.
Oh yeah, damn it. That thing is like $70.
I know, so man. Crazy. I was looking at it, dude, and there's no bundle for that shit. But yeah, I mean, we've heard too from pretty reliable sources that Assassin's Creed Origins is good too, huh? Didn't Anthony say that game was pretty good?
Yeah, so. I haven't really looked at the reviews, but I think I might pick it up because people are saying it was actually really good for explaining things. So hopefully, I can pick up the Switch before that, though.
Wait. Are you saying it's tying back into Desmond's story? Or
I don't know. I never played the last two stuff. What was the last two? Origins and
Unity?
I forgot the other one. Unity, there you go.
Or what was the one in England? Syndicate,
yeah. Okay, so it's Unity, Syndicate, and then Origins. I gotta play that in order.
Yeah, man. I'm so lost on Assassin's Creed now, bro. No, you gotta play Assassin's Creed Mongolia first, man. The side-scrolling one.
Oh.
Is there an Assassin's Creed India too, or something like that?
Yeah, India, and I think China, and I think France.
Oh god, dude. Yeah, there's too many of them. And Wolfenstein 2, that's nothing to gawk at either, man. That's a good game in itself. It's interesting you mentioned you haven't seen any reviews on Assassin's Creed yet. I was reading somewhere that they spammed Metacritic with 10 out of 10 scores.
Oh, what?
Someone made a bot that just gave Assassin's Creed Origins 10 out of 10. Like a bunch of them, you know what I mean?
The users?
They're so obviously fake. It's fake usernames and just some copy pasta review, dude. It's so funny, man. I wonder if someone's just trolling them or it's actual, like, what if it was Ubisoft that was doing it? That'd be so funny.
Yeah, they hired some hackers to do that shit.
That's funny. So a lot's happened, man. A lot's been revealed. A lot's come out. What are you currently playing this week, man?
I've actually started, or I played a little bit. I went to Danny's house and we were playing Fortnite with Danny and Eric, and they were just teaching me how Fortnite works, and it's actually pretty fun. Like,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. You know, I was super against it, but the more I got into like the whole PvP, the players unknown battleground kind of system, and you guys just drop in, find weapons, and scavenge and kill each other. We were trying to find a way to kind of escape the bloodshed. So we decided to, like you can build in the game. So we decided to try to build a ramp all the way up to the sky. Because I was watching a video and I was like, this is a good idea. We should just build a ramp that just goes all the way to the sky. So, a couple times we did that. We gathered so much materials of wood and we just like build it all the way straight up. And every time the little bubble or whatever the outside thing closes in, we just like build straight, like a giant ramp, just straight. So like from anyone below looking up, they just see some random ramp in the sky. And we the highest we ever got to was like we came in like 6th place, and that was because the guy saw the ramp and he like shot the base of the ramp, so it was like kind of exploding below us.
Yeah.
So I was like, I really want to complete that idea, because there's one video like a guy, I think it was like one guy like built a giant platform over the other guy, and the other guy was trying to shoot the base so it can collapse, but he kept building multiple platforms that kept going upwards. So like when the bubble or whatever like finally surrounded him, he was just standing at the very top in the little center, waiting for the guy to like choke out from the gas. I was like, that is fucking amazing.
The one that I've seen was the guy on the bottom was successful. It was a one-on-one.
Oh,
and
what?
the guy on the bottom was successful in shooting down the tower. So the guy jumps off, right?
Uh-huh.
And he has a shotgun. And right before he hits the ground, he shoots the guy with the shotgun and wins, dude.
Wow!
That's the craziest video I saw of that working out.
Holy
man.
crap.
But it's definitely a gamble, building that stairway to heaven.
Yeah, it is, because once they see it, all they have to do is just shoot one like platform and everything starts collapsing. So But yeah, I've been playing that game. The other game I got back into was Neo, and I was playing that with you.
Co-op
reminding me,
bro. I'm glad they changed the co-op. It used to be that both of us had to finish a level so that we could co-op in it. Now it doesn't matter. We could just co-op on every level we've unlocked, so that's good.
Yeah, they finally listened to the fan base, because I bet you everybody was complaining about that.
Fuck yeah.
It just reminded me of how to become a ninja and how samurais were. And how badass online co-op is.
Yeah.
So, I think that's the reason why games take off, is when you have some sort of online co-op, then, it gives everybody a sense of purpose, versus like, you can play a single game, but then you would get bored because you're just by yourself kind of thing. But another game I've been playing is Mario 3DS Land.
Oh, wow.
On the 3DS. Or 3D Land, I forgot what it is, but it's pretty cool. Like it brings back that old reminiscing memories of how Mario used to be, and mix it in with like Mario 64 kind of graphics. So it's like it has like a little bit of Mario theme songs from the NES and a little bit of Super Mario 3
Hmm.
Do you remember that one? That one's like the intro was like a red curtain that
Mhm.
always closes in and they all bow and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it had a little bit of touch of both of those kind of worlds mixed in with the 3D graphics. And so far, I just love it so much. It just reminds me of all that, especially like Super Mario World and all that. But yeah, I've
Mhm.
been playing that one. And I've been playing Witcher. I kind of progressed a little bit. What? I forgot what the heck. What did I do? Shit. Okay, so I was battling something, and I was getting my ass kicked. Oh, like by like a demon. Oh, the thing that was okay. I can't spoil it, but yes, I was battling something, and I was getting my ass kicked for like the first time, kind of thing. I was like, damn. But and then finally, I've been playing.
Wait, so did you
This
beat
like
it?
no, I beat the boss or whatever the monster,
Uh-huh.
and I thought that was the end, but it turns out like we gotta assemble again. And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, okay, I gotta go talk to everybody in order to assemble the whole fucking crew. Why can't I just go to the mission and start fighting so I can finish this game? But
Lore, man.
it's
Lore.
yeah, it's great. Like I got my wish. I didn't want it to end, and now it's never ending. So I really got to finish that game. But yeah, those are definitely the games I've been playing.
What about so Mario? Is that a side scroller, or since it's 3D, or is it just 3D like you're moving around like Mario 64 as well?
So like there's certain levels that are like Mario 64 where you're running around in 3D, and then there's some level that switches back to like the old 2D kind of way, and the goal is to get to the top of that flag like in NES Mario and all that. And I don't know, it's so much like a mixture of all of the Marios in the past combined together, and it just gives you that sense of great accomplishment when you beat the level. So it's very nostalgic. I recommend checking that out. Oh shoot, I better not be my game recommendation, but yeah, I definitely recommend checking that game out.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Another game that came out recently was Destiny 2 on PC. And I actually picked it up, man, because the beta was so great. Yeah, yeah. And it's cool, because nobody's playing it on PlayStation anymore. So I'd be solo anyways. I'm just taking it really slow, just playing it one level at a time, just enjoying the great graphics and the 60 FPS plus, man. It's amazing, man.
I bet, dude. It's just like I was like reading online that everyone was looking for people to join their public events kind of thing, and like the servers would match them into empty servers. So that's why I was like wondering how the PC is faring off, because I know like all of us, or not all of us, like a lot of us has stopped playing the PlayStation 4 version.
Yeah.
Has everyone like migrated over to the PC version?
No, hell no, man. The player base has definitely shrunk since Destiny 2 first came out. And Bungie only has themselves to blame for that, dude, for just gameplay and game mechanic decisions, man. I mean, we won't get into that. One thing I'm thankful for is there's what's FOV stand for? Field of view?
Field of view?
Yeah, there's a field of view slider on the PC version. So you could zoom out a little bit and the game looks way better. You have a little bit more peripherals, The only thing that sucks is it's the same slider for first person and third person. So although you want to zoom out a little bit in first person, when you switch to third person, like if you're riding your Sparrow or if you're running around in the tower or something, you're super zoomed out. So it doesn't make any sense, man. Or if you're using a sword, for example, too, right? You're super zoomed out and you just feel like you can't see anything. So I need to split that up. That's one thing already that I'm complaining about is you need to have a separate field of view slider for third person and first person. It gets kind of ridiculous, man. It's funny because I'll switch to a sword and I'll just zoom out 50 feet back. My guy's super little, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. Like I said, it's been super fun just playing it really slowly, going super solo dolo on it. I'm not really in a rush to do anything. I know the raid came out on Wednesday, but I'm chilling. I've experienced the raid. We're cool. You mentioned Neo. Definitely wanted to play that again because of the samurai fucking
Samurai.
yeah, dude. Just Ghost of Tsushima just reinvigorated my need to be a samurai, dude. So had to play Neo again. We beat up on some bosses, got our asses kicked a few times, but we made it eventually, dude. I just want to. I'm trying to think. How many times have I killed Oda Nobunaga in video games?
Shit, I think that's the common theme
I've
for
killed him.
every samurai
He's like
game.
the greatest fucking Japanese general and the bad guy in every samurai game, dude.
Yeah.
I must have killed this guy like 10 times in video games, bro. Because he's the main villain in Onimusha. For like 5 of them, he's the main villain, and he's the main villain in Neo.
Yeah.
He's the main villain in like those real-time strategy games too. Shit, man. No love for Nobunaga. There's got to be a game where you play as Nobunaga eventually.
We gotta watch a documentary of Oda Nobunaga.
You know what? He's mentioned in Assassin's Creed too.
What? They better create Assassin's Creed for Japan. You know, I would like to play Assassin Ninja.
Yeah. Right? That only makes the most sense out of every Assassin's Creed is if there's a Japan one. But there's, when you're collecting the ultimate armor in Assassin's Creed 2, you get the little emblems that you put into each statue. One of the statues is the guy that killed Nobunaga. Spoiler alert, he died by one of his own homies shooting him in the neck with an arrow. So that guy was apparently an assassino. So who knows, dude. So because I've been wanting to be a samurai so much, I also picked up Way of the Samurai 4 on Steam. This game is like Grand Theft Auto in feudal Japan. It's so ridiculous, dude. You're just running around and doing odd jobs. Right now, I think I'm trying to help this guy that cuts wood. I'm trying to help him carry wood across town or something. It's so random, dude. So random. And then there's like these torture mini games when you get arrested. You go into like this sex dungeon and there's people dressed up in gimp suits and this dominatrix lady that's just like spanking you and shit, dude. And there's like so many mini games and you have to beat them to get out of jail. And there's this one where you're hanging from the ceiling and they lower you onto this like saddle that has metal spikes all over it. And so whenever they lower you, you have to like mash on your keyboard or mash the A button to like resist getting spikes up your asshole or something like that. And then they'll lift you up, so they keep lowering you and lifting you up, and you just have to time when you have to mash that button.
Dude, this is not samurai.
Dude, it is. It's the weirdest fucking samurai game I've ever played. And the most amazing part is after you get out of jail, after you beat this mini game, you're just like trying to walk out straight and shit, even though you've had spikes up your ass the whole night. And then they like zoom in on his ass, and then the screen fades to black, and then you get control of your guy again. It's so fucking random, dude. I love it so much, man. But I guess it is a Japanese game, so there's gonna be those weird quirks like that.
Yeah.
So it's super funny, man. And lastly, got a call yesterday from a friend of mine that works at GameStop. And he sent me a picture with my name highlighted, and he asked, "Hey man, did you pre-order Call of Duty World War II?" I said, "You know what? I did."
I forgot.
I know. And you know why? It's because when I picked up Destiny 2, they said, "Oh, hey, if you pre-order Call of Duty World War II, you get a fucking bonus or something." And I was like, you know what? Let's just do it, Totally forgot about it for like 3 months. Call of Duty's release date is last night, and I get this text message, and I go, maybe I should pick this up. It's been forever since I played a Call of Duty. So I picked it up, and I'm really just going to play the campaign and return this shit. Maybe it's because it's been so long since I played a Call of Duty game, but the graphics are great in this.
Yeah, especially the trailers and all that. It looks really good. It's like, how many times can you retell a story? But I guess it's just how you tell the story that makes it great.
Yeah. I mean, of course, the first mission is D-Day on Normandy Beach. So you're storming the beach, getting shot at, by machine guns and stuff. I will say this. the OG Medal of Honor D-Day level is way better. Way better. This one, they kind of rush everything, and the Medal of Honor one back on the PlayStation 2, you had to like run on the beach, then you had to find the bombs to blow up the barbed wire and stuff, and
Oh
I was a
wow.
little bit more involved in
Quick
this one. You kind of just,
thinking.
yeah, and this one you kind of just rush around and find cover and stuff. I mean, the graphics they look great. But yeah, man, I think it is. I think it has just been a long time since I played a Call of Duty game that I'm so impressed by this one. It's
Watch,
just
you're
like,
gonna go into space at the end of the game.
get the fuck out of here, dude. No, I will be pissed. I will be pissed. I mean, the greatest World War II game has to be Medal of Honor. That's my favorite one. So if this one touches it, that'll be cool. They're trying to sell me so hard on DLC too. I fucking hate GameStop, man. Like, oh, do you want these loot boxes? I was like, no, no loot boxes for me.
Do
you want these bonus levels? No. These bonus multiplayer maps? No. And I know it's their job. They gotta ask me. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you gotta get that vibe from me that I'm not really trying to play this game like that. I'm just trying to play the story, experience the story, and then I'll give it back to you, man. I'm good. But yeah, a lot of new games, a lot of me dreaming to be a samurai again.
Or ninja.
Or
I want to
ninja.
be a ninja. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could be the Ronin Warriors when that game comes out.
The Ronin Warriors. Nice, dude. But yeah, so this week, in celebration of Mario Odyssey coming out and just being the best-selling Mario game ever, best-selling game probably ever for Nintendo, we're going to talk about Super Mario. So this has been out since before we were born, right? Like since
Yeah.
1980 nothing, man. Mario's been out there influencing the world. I think he was first not even in a Mario game, right? Wasn't he first in Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Climbing
I
up
think
those
that's when
ladders.
he first showed up. I don't know the exact facts, but yeah.
Yeah, I think he was first in Donkey Kong, and then he got his own game where, I don't know, you were in some pipes and you were killing turtles and stuff and crabs in the pipes. And then Super Mario World, and then Mario World came out, and so on and so forth. What was your first Mario game that you ever played?
I kind of don't remember which one exactly was the first one, but I was kind of young. But
Yeah.
I just remember waking up every day at 5:30, playing with my cousin. Super Mario 3, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Ones with the curtains and the raccoon tail and the different suits you get. You transform into that kind of animal, and you have their power and whatnot.
The one with the raccoons
And-
and stuff like that?
Yeah, so like you get the raccoon tail, and you can fly. You become a raccoon that you can kind of glide or fly or whatnot. You get the
Mhm.
frog suit. You can swim easily in the water. But yeah, I just remember playing that like almost every day on a daily basis, and I think that's what pretty much got me hooked. And then the second one, the one that I was like confused, I think I played the regular one, the Mario for NES,
Mm-hmm.
and it was combined with that Duck Hunt game.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that game was like super hard to play. Even as of now, going back to try to beat that game is fucking hard. But but yeah, it's just my love for Mario grew from that point. Just playing those two games, it's just, I don't know what it was. I guess it was just the novelty of Mario stomping on turtles and being a superhero at the same time. So
Yeah, superhero plumber saving the princess, dude, shooting fireballs and stuff. So I'm with you, man. I don't remember the first Mario I played, but there is photographic evidence of me as a baby playing Super Mario Brothers, dude. So I know that was my first Mario. Facts, because there's a picture of it. And I mentioned it before, man. Had Mario Brothers on the original Nintendo, and there's a picture in a family album I got out here of the ending screen of Mario Brothers. So that's for sure confirmed. Like the first Mario game I've ever played. But the first one I ever remember playing is, I don't think anybody's really played this Mario. It was on the Game Boy. It was the first Mario on the Game Boy. I think it was called Super Mario Land or something like that.
Oh, I had that game too.
Dude, that Mario game is so trash. If you didn't tell me it was Mario, I would not have believed you. But since Mario was on the cartridge, I knew it was a Mario game. It's so different, right? Isn't it so different
Yeah.
from every other Mario game there is? Just the models are different, the music's different. I think you fly, you go in a submarine and shoot missiles in this one. You fly a plane and shoot missiles in this one. I don't even think you're saving Peach. I think
Probably
you're saving
Daisy.
Yeah, I think you're saving Daisy in that one.
Yeah,
So it's just
I think it was
completely
Daisy
different.
that was the first princess that you were always kind of saving,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
something like that. I remember watching like a game theory. Me and my game theories. You got to check that out on YouTube, by the way. But it was like, who was the first girl that Mario was saving? It was like Princess Daisy. And then later, all of a sudden, just subtly, Peach started coming into the world, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, and I still have the cartridge too, and I turned it on just for a little bit, just to get ready for the podcast. And dude, the music is so nostalgic, man, because it's completely different
Oh,
from every other Mario,
yeah.
rendition of music that there is, man.
Still remember, it's playing in my head right now, that theme.
And it's just so weird to me. The enemies are so different. I mean, the turtles are there, and what are they called? The Koopa Troopas or whatever.
Goombas?
The Goombas. There you go. But they look
Yeah.
different because it's like on some bootleg, Game Boy cartridge. I guess they didn't really know how to put Mario on a Game Boy back then on a handheld. So it's kind of wild. And I remember my auntie gave it to me. My auntie had a Game Boy Mini. And I remember I was visiting them. They lived up north, like in Pasadena or something. And I was just playing that the whole weekend we were visiting them. And she's like, "Oh, you like it so much? Here, why don't you take it?" And shit, that was it for me,
Aw.
man. That's the same Game Boy I played Pokemon on and all that stuff, dude. So I'll keep that game forever, bro. But it is the most bootleg Mario game I think I've ever played. So I think we already know the answer to this, but you're still playing Mario to this day. I mean, it's not Odyssey, but you're playing what was it? Mario 3DS Land?
Yeah, Mario 3D Land is the one that's on the 3DS. I think it came out in like 2012 or something like that. And I was looking up on, the game prices, and I'm surprised that the game price is still $40, that they're still selling this game at full
Jeez.
retail price. And
Jeez.
it's because everyone was saying like, this is a great game, great Mario game, and it has all of the elements that you want in Mario and more. And I agree, like after playing, I don't know, a quarter way in, is just really nostalgic of the whole Mario theme. It's just making me remember my childhood and stuff. So definitely recommend checking that game out for the 3DS, because it's a blast.
Maybe I'll check it out, dude. I think I have a 3DS somewhere laying around, man.
I thought you did.
No, I do. I'd have to buy it, and it's still full retail. I don't know about that, dude. Holy shit.
I'll let you borrow it.
Okay, cool. That works for me. To be honest, dude, the most recent Mario game I've played was Super Mario Run, the one that was on the iPhone.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, I haven't downloaded it. How is that game?
It's okay. It's fun. It's a cool little time sink. I think there's microtransactions in it. Not 100%.
Oh,
sure.
yeah, like you have to like buy the maps, I think, in order to continue the story.
Yeah. I never put money into
that's the
it.
stuff I hate, man.
Yeah, me too. Which, I mean, after I did whatever was free, I just never played it again and deleted it super quick. But yeah, that was the most recent one I played. Now for my favorite Mario game, I mean, shit, it's kind of a tie, man, between Super Mario Land, the one where you had the cape and you could fly and shit. It's a tie.
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, yeah. It's a tie between that one and I talked about it a little bit last week, but Mario Superstar on Game Boy Advance, the RPG one. That one was amazing too, dude. I remember I played that for hours and hours. Not the game itself, but just like a mini game. Like there's a town where there's a casino or something, and you can play this mini game where you match up these barrels that are the same color into a line or something.
Yeah.
And I had my Game Boy Advance SP, so I would just be under the covers playing that game for hours, dude. Not doing the main story. I would just be doing that little mini game in the casino. And I know for sure I just played the crap out of what was it, Super Mario World? Is that what that one's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just getting all the secret levels, finding the different ways you could beat stuff. You know, if you get the keys and put them in the keyholes, it opens up a totally different path, man. That game was fun too, dude. And the sprites in that one are so perfect. You know, like the art style in that one.
Yeah.
It's so good, man. And I think that's the one with different colored Yoshis too.
Yep.
The first one they introduced the different
colors.
colored Yoshis, yeah. So, I mean, if it's a traditional Mario, my favorite one is Super Mario World. If it's the RPG side, Super Mario Superstars is great. And they're remaking it, I think, for 3DS, so that's a good one to jump on now. That's not going to be my game recommendation, though. But that is a good one to play if you're looking for an RPG. Dang. And then I just remembered Mario plus Rabbids came out recently, too, right? And that's like a more of a strategy game, too. So
I thought they're still making that, or did they release that game already?
no, yeah, it's out. For sure, man.
Oh, dang.
So, dude, Mario's fucking everywhere, dude. He can do anything.
Take over the world.
Yeah, you're telling me, man. What's your favorite Mario game?
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that Super Mario World.
Yep.
Dude, I've played that game. I think I've beat that game over 20 times.
Oh, no
I
way.
maxed out that, dude. Every day of my life, I would just like start up the game and just go through everything, all the levels, all the hidden secrets and stuff. I still remember there's like a secret world in the Star World where, like, if you beat that area, the world, like all of the turtles, they would like wear Mario masks.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got that far? Yeah. Oh man, it's just, I remember like almost all of the secret hidden areas. I love the art. You know, the art style was amazing.
Yeah.
I just love playing that game. So I definitely enjoyed that to the most Mario I've ever played, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But there are other Mario games that I really did enjoy too, which I would like to say is I forgot the name of it, but do you know the one where Mario's like 2D? Like Paper? Is it Paper Mario?
Oh yeah, and it's still RPG, right?
Yeah, it was like
Mhm.
RPG. So yeah, I really enjoyed playing that game. And then all of the Mario Karts, the Mario board games, so many different Mario
Oh,
games.
Mario Party. Oh, dude.
Yeah, there you go, Mario
Totally
Party.
ignored Mario, but that's where you separate your friends and your enemies, man, in Mario Party, bro. I hate the games. I hate the mini games that are random. You know, some games it takes some skill. You know, like the sumo levels where you got to push people off the stage. And then there's some where it's like, okay, everybody takes a turn pressing this button. Whoever explodes loses. And you're like, what? That's bullshit, dude.
Yeah, I really liked it, but it's just I always got disappointed playing the Mario Party games. Not because the game itself sucked. It was because when someone's usually winning, like me,
Everybody goes for you.
No, like everyone just kind of stops playing. You know, like
Oh.
they just kind of give up mentality. They're like, oh, I only got 1 star, and here I am rocking like 10 stars or something like that. But it's just, I think we need to all just sit down, play that Mario Party game, see who's the best.
So you know,
I really.
There's online emulators for that now, dude, where you can play with your friends online on your PC. Right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, we might have to invest in that, man.
Yeah, we definitely got it. Yeah.
You might have to check that out, dude. And dude, we're not even mentioning the 3D Marios either, like Mario 64, Super Mario Galaxy, man. I mean,
yeah,
Mario
I
Sunshine.
heard Galaxy got like almost a perfect score.
Yeah,
at least the first one.
Yeah, I haven't played the second one, but those games are great too, and it just shows how versatile Mario is. Right? He's in a racing game. He's in a party mini game.
Olympics,
side
something
scrollers.
with Sonic. Yeah,
dude. He shoots Mega Man Buster Guns and Rabbids. He shoots a fire extinguisher in Sunshine. It's crazy, man. Just Mario has done everything except for plumbing in the past 20 years. He started as a plumber, but now he's just, doing his own thing, man.
What are Goombas? I think they're like shrooms, right? A little mushrooms or something?
No,
I always thought they're like walking poo or something. And you gotta stomp on it.
You gotta stomp on it. You might be onto something there. I never connected that. And I think Mario's kind of in a unique situation too, where he defines Nintendo, right? Nintendo would really be nothing without him. I mean, sure, they have Metroid, they have Zelda, they have Kirby, even Yoshi. But I mean, I guess Yoshi's from Mario, but I don't think in any other console they have a mascot like that, right? Like Mario is really synonymous with Nintendo. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you like just mention Nintendo and everyone would instantly think of Mario kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like Japan, everyone dresses up as Mario, have like little parades and stuff like that. I want to go to one of those events where everyone's dressed up as Mario kind of thing.
Dude, now that you mention it on Halloween, I saw a bunch of Marios, dude.
Oh, what?
My coworkers actually dressed up as Mario Kart. It was kind of crazy.
Damn.
And one of the guys that performed at the music festival I went to, he dressed up as Mario. Holy shit. I'm just realizing this now. He's a fucking cultural phenomenon, man.
Yeah, taking over the world and we don't know it.
So I think as long as Mario is popular, which he'll always be popular, he'll always remind someone of their childhood. I think Nintendo's in the green, man. They'll always be making money as long as they make a Mario game every 2 to 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Look what happened with this one.
Parents, you mention any game character, they wouldn't know. You mention Mario, then they would like, oh yeah, Nintendo kind of stuff. And then it's just like, how long will Mario last? So I guess they're just gonna have to have the story where it never ever ends. You will never get Peach, kind of thing.
Well, it's none of the stories really ever connect, anyways. Like we were talking about Zelda last week or a couple weeks ago, where nothing really connects. You just kind of wake up and have to save the princess, man. Bowser is always gonna want to marry Peach for whatever reason, dude.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can't say that for. I mean, Master Chief. Would you associate him with Xbox that much? But see, he's not even.
I would have to say, yeah, he has to be with Xbox because like everybody in Xbox and Xbox 360, they always like boasted, Halo this entire time. But Xbox One, I don't have that feeling of Master Chief, so it's like I don't know what kind of logo they kind of have.
Yeah. And I mean, there's really nothing like that for Sony. I guess you could argue Crash Bandicoot, but
no.
Yeah. There's nothing comparable to Mario ever, man.
Nope.
So you mentioned this a little bit. Do you ever think Mario will end? I don't think it ever will, man.
No, it will never end.
He just comes back stronger every time.
Yeah, I don't know how many different takes of Mario they can make up, but apparently they're doing a good job at finding that. It's like first it was all 2D, then it became 3D, then you're like traversing different worlds in Galaxy, and you're like doing a lot of things in Odyssey. Like, it's just so many different realities, so many different perspectives, so many different takes of Mario. It's just that's what's taking off. It's everyone loves it. Everyone agrees with all of the things that are coming out. So, and they're not like too critical on analyzing, oh, this is not a Mario game. They can just say, oh, this is a different kind of Mario game kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I think they do a good job at cycling through the genres too, right? So they'll have the 2D side-scrolling Marios for a long time. Then maybe they'll come out with an RPG here and there. And then, oh, wait, psych, here we have a 3D Mario. Look how great this is, and people will be awestruck by the 3D Mario, have 3D Marios for a little bit. Then, oh, we're bringing it back old school, guys. 2D Mario, side-scrolling. You're like, oh, yeah, excited about it. cycle it back to like Mario Kart and things like that. And then what was the most recent one?
The
VR Mario Kart.
Fucking
Dude,
sick, dude.
that would be crazy. And then they come out with was it Mario Maker, which turned out to be a crazy hit, right? People were upset. Oh no, it's just a Mario level maker, but then people started making those really hard levels, and that's just what made it popular. And then we had that for a long time, and finally, oh hey guys, here comes another 3D Mario in Odyssey. Boom. Millions, man. Millions made.
Yeah.
They're just Nintendo's doing it right now, man. I mean, you could say they were tripping before when they did the Wii U and they were trying to put fucking Call of Duty on there, but I think they really hit it with the Switch, man. And Mario Odyssey is just the culmination of everything going right for them. So congrats to Nintendo, dude.
Yeah. And I'm willing to pay, $350 just so I can play that game. That's how crazy I am. I normally buy a console because thinking I'm going to invest in future games, but with those two games, I think I will be satisfied paying that $300.
I'm the same way, man. Definitely the same way. So crazy, dude. Respect to Mario, man. He's almost 40 years old, man. Shit, yeah, he came out in the 80s, so 81, 91, 2001, 2011 is 30. Yeah, he's 36. Holy shit, bro. Yeah, it's almost 40, man. He's older than us, legit. That's crazy.
Yeah, the older brother.
He's our older brother. Yeah, dude. Long live Mario, dude. But yeah, I think we've heard both of our gaming recommendations this week. But let's go over it again, dude. What's your recommendation for a game this week, man?
This time we're gonna change it up because I made a mistake in recommending it early. But I definitely recommend checking out Catherine if you played it on the PlayStation 3.
The best, man, yeah.
Man, I was thinking that game was gonna be like just another JRPG puzzle solving kind of game, but the story was pretty good. So it's like a puzzle kind of game, and your goal is you're in a dream and you have to start from the bottom to get to the top, while these boxes below you or the platform you're standing on starts collapsing. So you have to reach the top before all of the platforms collapse. And the only way to do that is you have to rearrange all of the boxes in your path in order to build a staircase. And this game was pretty good at, with all the stories, the interaction with the NPCs. And I think there was 6 different endings, or is it 3? I don't remember.
I think you're right. 6 or 7. 6 or 7.
Yeah, I remember there was a lot because I had to play that game so many times. But it was worth it playing all of those different types of endings, except for the worst ending where you get none of the girls or something like that. But don't remember, you die.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really love that game. It's on the PlayStation 3, and that game came out almost, I don't know, 6 years ago.
Long time, no, way longer. But I remember that was my first Atlas game, dude. And I remember what drew me to it first was the art style, because it's very similar to what Persona 5 is, right?
Yeah.
The anime cutscenes and then the cell shading, 3D graphics. So yeah, that game is great, dude. Good puzzles too. So.
Yeah, we're supposed to be going like that in Halloween, but I don't want to go in boxers as Halloween costumes.
Cold? Fuck no. Yeah, man.
With the pillowcase.
Yeah. I know. Just put the pillowcase on, dude. Just have that body pillow the whole time. Just hug it, dude. Damn, good recommendation, dude. I'll switch mine up too. I was gonna recommend something else, but I'll actually recommend friggin' Infamous, man. If you've never played it,
oh dang, yeah, that's a good one.
Definitely try it out. I mean, I think it is one of the biggest reasons I'm excited for Ghost of Tsushima, because the same developer, Sucker Punch, that made Infamous, is making that game, and even in the first one, they were so great at creating an open world, and you're this guy named Cole that is just granted superpowers by accident. And well, I guess it's not by accident. I don't want to spoil the story, but he's just granted powers, and You eventually can fly throughout the city, grind. The traveling in the game is so much fun because you can eventually grind on power lines. You have these electricity powers that you can jump and float, and there's a karma system, so you can be good or evil, and depending on which way you go, you get different electronic powers. Of course, the evil side is way more destructive shit that it just kills everyone. So there's this, for example, there's a sticky bomb power that you can get, and if you have it on the good karma side, it'll stick to someone and it'll just incapacitate them. You know, you'll throw it on them, it explodes, and it puts like this electronic ring around them that just holds them back and ties them down, like restrains them. If you're on the evil side, you throw this sticky bomb, it explodes and becomes maybe 4 or 5 more little sticky bombs that just explode everywhere, dude. You just get this crazy explosion, man. So it's great. There's Infamous 2 as well, which just changes the whole thing up. You still have your powers. You're in a new city. They add some melee attacks in it and melee weapons into that one.
Is it still Cole? I never played Infamous 2.
Yeah, Infamous 2 is still Cole.
Okay.
After that one is Infamous Second Son, and that's the first one on PlayStation 4. I think it was a launch title. I got this game free with my PlayStation and didn't play it until maybe last year, but that game is great too. I know a lot of people kind of complain about it, and they're just culturally insensitive against whatever Indian tribe they portrayed, but for a game itself, that game is great. Haven't played Last Light, which is the DLC for Second Son, but just imagining how great they captured the open world in those games and how it's going to translate into a samurai game just has me that excited, man.
Yeah, what kind of powers are we gonna get? Like
Yeah,
super
dude.
speed, super stabby.
You know what? And I wouldn't be mad either if we didn't get any powers. What if it was just a raw kind of like Red Dead Redemption where all we had was our horse, our sword, and a bow and arrow? You know what I mean?
That's all we need.
Oh man, that would be so good too, you know?
Or the people we defeat, we get their technique.
Oh yeah, or we could take their weapons, dude. Oh.
Yeah.
Or like patch their armor onto us, you know, like, oh, he has a good helmet, just take his helmet, dude.
Yep.
So just to see the potential that can be there for the samurai game, to get a little hype for it, definitely check out Infamous. It's a fun game in itself, has a good story.
My favorite game.
Yeah, good times for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it for us this week. Next week we'll be talking about mobile gaming. Kind of mentioned it here and there, and it's actually taking over, man. I think the biggest effect we saw was not even Candy Crush, but Pokemon Go was just a phenomenon, man. And it didn't just start there. It started with other games too, like Flappy Bird as well. So we'll dive in and check out what makes them so successful and why microtransactions are horrible in them. And that'll be us next week. But before then, Rick, some words of wisdom.
If you want some amazing chicken in New Orleans,
Oh, there we go.
Brent recommends checking out Willie Mays.
The best. You'll be disappointed by every other fried chicken you have, man.